Girl, they love me like I'm Prince. Walk around like Prince, cause I got a lot of lady friends. It's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually might.
Yo, embarrassing.
This video on YouTube is going to be a shortened version of the full version of this video. In this video, I'm only going to be exposing Drake and Prince. So go watch the full version of this video on my Patreon, where I expose Prince, Drake, and 13 more of their characters. The full version of this video is 1 hour and 10 minutes long, so I separated it into 2 parts. In the second part of this video, I exposed Drake and Prince's immortal Mexican character. I exposed a total of 15 characters in these videos. Join my Patreon to watch this video, and when you join my Patreon, you also get access to 65 other exclusive videos that are only allowed on my Patreon, and you also get a free ebook just for joining our Patreon. So go join the Patreon. The link's in the description below. Before I get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that we dropped some really good videos on Patreon. So I highly recommend you guys check them out if you haven't. Especially if you don't understand how celebrities are being created, or if you're new to my channel, this video will help you understand what we're talking about in our videos and about how celebrities have multiple characters. Here's the part 2 that Divine Sade made on our Patreon. So I highly recommend you guys check out these videos so you can really understand what we're talking about in our videos. And Divine also made a good video on Lil Uzi and Simone Biles. And we also have a really good video on The Truman Show and how conscious people like us, we are often stalked. So if you don't know about stalking, go check out this video. So now let's get into the video. In case you guys didn't know, Divine Sade was actually the first person to make a video about this topic. She exposed this in 2022, and her video is titled Drake Admits He's Prince, because Drake has admitted multiple times that he's Prince, and I'm going to show most of those clips in this video. So as you guys can see, it's very obvious that Prince is Drake. These two characters look so much alike. Here's another really good comparison I made of their side profile, because they look exactly the same from the side as well. And here's 2 younger pictures of Drake and Prince, and it's crazy how similar they look right here. They both have this weird neck, and you can really see it on Drake's character. Here's another really good comparison I made where their eyes are very similar. That's what really gives this one away. You know, their eyes are very similar. Here you can see the similarities again. And here's another good comparison of their eyes. And these 2 characters pose in very similar ways as well. So it's very easy to catch them looking alike. And ironically, they're both wearing blue in these 2 pictures. Here's another good similarity of Prince and Drake. They're even doing the same pose where they're covering their ears. This type of symbolism is similar to when they cover their mouth. And it's also similar to the one where they cover their eye. So when they cover their mouth, they're letting you know that they're not going to tell you the truth unless it's mixed with lies. And then when they cover one eye, they're letting you know that they're covering your third eye and they don't want you to see with your third eye. And then when they cover their ears, like in these 2 pictures, they're letting you know that they don't want you to hear the truth. So somebody with their third eye closed will watch my video and completely ignore everything I'm saying. They'll call me crazy. You know, these people are completely shut off from hearing the truth. And that's what they're symbolizing with this picture. Because anyone with their third eye closed cannot see the truth or hear the truth. This is why it's very hard to wake up a bot, because their third eye is permanently closed. Only conscious beings, aka starseeds or source players, whatever you want to call us, you know, divine beings, we are the only ones that can wake up and open our third eye and reconnect to the source consciousness, which is what they call God. But anyways, as you guys can see, this is a young picture of Prince, and this is how I first found out that Prince was Drake. A few years ago, they surfaced this unreleased footage of Prince as a child, and when I first saw it, I thought it was a young video of Drake, and I was like, there's no way they could be the same, right? Because it sounds kind of crazy when you first hear about it. But then, when I started to look deeper into it, I realized my intuition was correct, and that this was Drake, because young Drake looks exactly like young Prince. So that's when I knew my intuition was correct. You know, 9 times out of 10, the first feeling that you get when you see something is going to be correct. So don't deny your intuition, especially if you're a source player. You know, if you're a conscious divine being, your intuition is connected to God. You are connected to the source. So therefore, your intuition will never lie to you. So here's some more comparisons of Drake and Prince when they were younger. And now that they're older, they still have the same similarities in their face, and their smile is exactly the same as well. So this one is just undeniable at this point, because their smile is exactly the same. They even have the same smile lines on their face Now, the biggest connection of them all, Drake was first discovered by a guy named J Prince. I can't make this up. They literally put this right in front of our face. What are the chances that the guy that discovers Drake, his name is Prince? They're openly admitting the truth in plain sight. And it's through these riddles that you can see what's going on here. Because as we just seen, it's very obvious that Prince is Drake. So what are the chances that the guy that discovers Drake is called J Prince? You know, and supposedly he found him on MySpace or whatever, but Drake was already famous. So how can you discover somebody that's already famous? You know, Drake was already an actor on Degrassi and he was trying to rap, and supposedly J Prince found him on MySpace, but it was all scripted just for them to be connected, to have open mockery that Prince is Drake. Now let's get into the mockery that Drake has done in his music, where he's openly admitted that he's Prince.
Girl, they love me like I'm Prince.
Then he has this other song called More M's with 21 Savage, where he says,
Walk around like Prince, cause I got a lot of lady friends.
He walks around like Prince. So here's where the damage control comes in. Keep in mind, Divine Sade made a video exposing Drake for being Prince in 2022. And now Drake is mentioning Prince again in his new diss tracks against Kendrick. The reason why they're doing these diss tracks, if you look in the word diss track, you can see the word distract, because they're distracting people with diss tracks. This is why they keep prolonging this entire beef between Drake and Kendrick. You know, it's all a distraction, so don't listen to their music. Don't listen to their diss tracks. I didn't even listen to the diss tracks. I just found the small parts where he mentioned Prince. So the first diss track that Drake made is called Push Ups. And in this song, he says,
What's a prince to a king? He a son.
What's a prince to a king? So that was a slight reference. But this one is directly him admitting that he's Prince. He says, oh, it's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike.
It's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike.
So in that one, he directly admitted he's Prince, just like the first one I showed you. Another time that Drake has admitted that he's Prince is with this Not Safe for Work tribute that he did to Prince. And this article came out on Prince's death date. So I assume he posted this the day Prince died. And I can't show you guys the picture. I couldn't even find it because apparently, you know, NSFW means not safe for work, which means that it's a disgusting photo. You know, it's a provocative photo. But this article is showing us all the proof that we need, which is that Drake posted a tribute to Prince on the day that he died. And here's some details about the picture. It says Drake Instagrammed an image that appears to be Prince having a nice time with a couple ladies. This is the Prince that they will keep in their freaky hearts forever. So I guess he posted a freaky picture of Prince. And like I said, this is just disgusting. You know, of all the pictures to post of Prince, why did he have to do that? It just goes to show that he is Prince. Here's some more mockery that Drake has done in reference to him being Prince. He's wearing this Princeton jersey. If you take out the ton at the end, you get Prince. So he's letting you know again in plain sight that he's Prince. Also, he's covering his mouth, which is symbolism like I said earlier. And you can see his one eye tattoo on his arm. And then here's another time where he said the word Prince in a song. He says he reached heights that Dwight Howard couldn't reach. Prince Akeem. They throw flowers at my feet. And then this year on February 21st, Drake did the Fresh Prince Carlton Banks dance on stage. So again, he's being symbolic because he did a dance from Fresh Prince, and again the word Prince is in there to reference his other character. There's so many more times where Drake has mentioned Prince. You know, he has so many songs talking about him, but I didn't feel like listening to all of Drake's songs and finding that, you know, because listening to their music is very detrimental. Like I said in my recent Julio Fulio video, I don't recommend listening to any of their music because they're sending subliminals to your subconscious mind and cursing you in their music. Now let's get into the gematria connections between Drake and Prince. As you can see, Prince equals 65 in gematria, just like Drake. So that's a huge connection right there. And one of Drake's nicknames is the Sixth God. And as you can see, the Sixth God equals 65. Just like Prince in the ordinal cipher. And it's ironic that both of their names equal 65 because 6 plus 5 is 11. And in the picture I showed earlier, he's wearing a Princeton jersey with the number 11. Then we see that Prince and the Sixth God both equal 38 in the reduction cipher. And Prince faked his death, so I'm not surprised that his name equals 38. And then Prince's biggest song is Purple Rain. Purple Rain matches with the Sixth God in the Latin reduction cipher. They both equal 51 in the same cipher. Another connection is that Prince's 6 letters and Drake calls himself the sixth god, so that's a huge connection as well. Another connection is that Prince's birthday is June 7th, and when you write that out, it's 6/7, like 67, and sixth god equals 67, and Drake's first name Aubrey also equals 67. And then Prince was born in 1958, and Drake's nickname Sixth God equals 58 in gematria. And then Prince died on April 21st, and Drake equals 21 in gematria, so he's directly connected to his date of birth and death. And Drake is also connected to the year that Prince died. As you can see, Prince died in 2016, and Drake's brand OVO equals 16, and Sixth God also equals 16 in gematria. So not only is Drake connected to Prince's birthday and date of death, but Prince is also connected to Drake's birthday. As you can see, Drake's birthday is October 24th, and Prince equals 24 in gematria. So I can't make this up, man. They're highly connected in so many different ways. Another nickname that Drake has is Drizzy, and Drizzy equals 35, just like Prince in the Latin reduction cipher. And another nickname he has is Drizzy Drake. Drizzy Drake matches up with Purple Rain, which is Prince's biggest song, and they both equal 36 in the same cipher. So Drake's full name is Aubrey Drake Graham. As you can see, Drake's first and last name, Aubrey Graham, equals 57, and Prince died at age 57. Then we see that Purple Rain, which is Prince's biggest song, equals 56, just like Aubrey Graham, and Champagne Poppy, which is Drake's Instagram name. They all equal 56 in the same cipher. Another connection between Drake and Prince. Prince formed the band Grand Central, later known as Champagne, and this is a huge connection because Grand Central equals 42, just like Drake's first and last name, Aubrey Graham, which also equals 42 in the same cipher. And this is also a connection because Drake has a freestyle with Central C, and Drake's other character is Prince, and Prince's first band in high school is called Grand Central. So they're recycling the name Central in front of our faces in connection to Drake. And in that song that he has with Central C, Drake says, "Told you I needed time, but really the truth is I don't believe in time, because time is a satanic Saturnian concept. It's not actually real." And we have a good video about that on our Patreon. The link's in the description. But anyways, on the next line, he says he feels like he's been here over 1,000 years, like since the medieval times. So he's letting you know that he has an immortal character, and I will be exposing Drake and Prince's immortal character later on in this video. Now let's get back to Prince's first band, Grand Central, because Grand Central later changed their name to Champagne with an S. And as you can see, Champagne with an S equals 33, just like Drake's real name. And then Champagne also matches with the sixth god. They both equal 42 in the reverse reduction cipher. So Prince's band later changed their name to Champagne, and they also spelled it Champagne with a C. As you can see, I underlined that at the bottom. And this is a huge connection because Drake's Instagram name is literally Champagne, so it couldn't be any more obvious. So here's the story of Grand Central changing their name. One of the band members was asked about the name change. He replied and said that their name change was made to avoid confusion with Grand Central Station, because their band was called Grand Central, and apparently there was another band called Grand Central Station. And this is a huge connection because Drake's last name is Graham. And this gets even deeper because, funnily enough, Drake's uncle, Larry Graham, is the one who created the band Grand Central Station. That's why it's called Grand Central Station, because Drake's uncle is Larry Graham, just like Drake's last name is also Graham. So the fact that Prince's first band changed their name so that they wouldn't be confused with Grand Central Station, and Grand Central Station is Drake's uncle's band. I can't make this up, man. It's all interconnected. So as you can see, Larry Graham was the founder of Grand Central Station. And the biggest mockery here is that Larry Graham collabed with Prince multiple times. As you can see, here's pictures of Prince with Drake's uncle. So this is huge mockery. They're literally letting us know that Prince's other character is Drake. I mean, it couldn't be any more obvious at this point. There's way too many connections, and it keeps going. So Prince wrote and performed a song called Night Owl, and this is a huge connection because Prince's other character is Drake, and Drake's logo for his brand is an owl. So that's a huge connection right there. Another connection is with Prince's other band called The Revolution. So Prince was in this band called The Revolution, and The Revolution equals 76, just like Drake's full name in the same cipher. Another connection is with Drake and Lil Wayne's first song. Lil Wayne rapped Drake's name wrong on their first song. Lil Wayne referred to Drake as Drake Drizzy Rogers on their 2008 song Ransom after misreading his email address. So Drake explained the situation. He said his email was drizzydrake@rogers.com. Rogers is the service provider in Canada, and Lil Wayne didn't realize at the time that the ad in the email was like a middle interference, so he just thought his name was Drizzy Drake Rogers. According to Drake, Lil Wayne thought that Drake's name was Drizzy Drake Rogers, and this is a blatant connection to Prince because Prince's middle name is Rogers. I can't make this up, man. There's way too many connections. Then we see that Drake was a part of Young Money with Lil Wayne, and they had a big song called Roger That, which is another connection to Prince's middle name, Rogers. Another connection I found is that Drake was an actor in the show Degrassi, and in this show there's a scene where Drake gets shot, and he's wearing a jacket with the letter P. So obviously the P is a reference to his other character, Prince. And also the fact that he gets shot in this is also a reference to Prince because Prince later ended up dying in 2016. And even though Drake survived in the show, I think it's still predictive programming that they might kill off Drake's character or Drake might kill somebody. You know, they already made rumors that Drake killed X, which is a lie, by the way, because X is not actually dead. You know, it was all fake. But I believe they're going to keep having deaths surrounding Drake unless this character literally dies himself, which is also a possibility when you see all of Drake's other characters because most of his characters are death fakers. So Drake was in the show Degrassi. Degrassi equals 39, just like Prince's real name, Prince Nelson. They both equal 39 in the same cipher. So Drake's name in Degrassi is James Brooks. You know, his nickname was Jimmy Brooks, but his character's real name in the show is James Brooks. James Brooks matches up with Prince with the number 38, again in the reduction cipher. Another huge connection is that Prince's son, Amir Nelson, died on October 23rd, 1996. And this is a huge connection because Drake's birthday is October 24th, 1986. What are the chances of that, you guys? Drake's birthday is one day after Amir Nelson's death date, and that's just a date. But if you look at the year, Amir Nelson died exactly 10 years after Drake was born. As you can see, Drake was born in 1986 and Prince's son died in 1996. I just can't believe how much mockery there is in this. You know, what are the chances that Prince's son dies October 23rd and Drake's birthday is October 24th? And shout out to Devon Sade because she found that connection along with a few other connections as well. Another connection is that Prince died on April 21st, 2016. And 8 days later, Drake releases one of his biggest albums called Views. I can't make this up. He literally released this 8 days after Prince's death. So there's just too many connections. Now let's get into the Michael Jackson connections because Prince and Michael Jackson had beef for a long time. As you can see, this article says that they had beef for decades. And this is a huge connection because for some reason, Drake loves Michael Jackson. So you're going to see in these next connections that Drake loves Prince's rival, Michael Jackson. And then I'm going to show you guys that Prince loves Drake's biggest rivals as well. So first, let's start with this Michael Jackson connection. So Drake dressed up as Michael Jackson on Degrassi multiple times. Here he is wearing the same outfit as Michael Jackson. And he's doing the 666 symbolism right there. Then he posted Michael Jackson with an OVO hoodie on his Instagram. And then Drake even collabed with Michael Jackson after his death on this song called Don't Matter to Me, which shows that their music is AI and it's not even real. Another connection is that Michael Jackson's son is called Prince. There's just way too many connections. You know, it keeps going. So on March 22nd, the first day that Kendrick Lamar started the beef with Drake, Kendrick Lamar compared his Drake beef to Michael Jackson and Prince's beef. And keep in mind, this song came out on March 22nd, which is the Skull and Bones number 322. So there's just so many connections. I'm trying to go over them very fast because there's just way too many of them. Now let's move on to the next connection, which is what I said earlier. Drake loves Prince's biggest rival, Michael Jackson. I mean, he literally dressed up as him multiple times and has a song with him. And now, vice versa, Prince loves Drake's biggest rivals, and right now his biggest rival is Kendrick Lamar. And as you can see, Kendrick and Prince were mutual fans. They said that Kendrick was influenced by Prince on his album To Pimp a Butterfly, which Prince said he loved in an interview in 2015, just 1 year before he died. And they almost collaborated on the song Complexion, A Zulu Love. So not only did Prince say he loved Kendrick and his album, but they were also about to collab. So just like how Drake collabed with Prince's rival Michael Jackson, Prince was about to collab with Drake's rival Kendrick Lamar. I can't make this up, man. It's all in plain sight. It's all in our face. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And make sure you guys go watch the full version of this video on my Patreon. This video is an hour and 10 minutes long, where I exposed Prince, Drake, and 13 more of their characters. So I exposed a total of 15 characters in this video. So go check out this video. The full version of this video is available on my Patreon. The link's at the top of the description. When you join our Patreon, you also get access to a free ebook along with the group chat. And shout out to everybody in the Patreon group chat. It's a really great community if you want more people to talk to that aren't trolls or bots. We actually have people in our Patreon group chat that are on a higher vibration and a higher frequency. So be sure to join our Patreon. The link's in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'm out.